Hi, it's James Glave, and I'm on board the ferry off the north coast of Scotland, heading towards Orkney, which is an archipelago of islands off of the far tip of Scotland's highlands. This stretch of water is called the Pentland Firth, and it's home to some very significant tidal currents, up to 4 meters per second when it's really ebbing or flowing. It's also home, just over here, to 4 undersea turbines, collectively the MyGen project. It's the largest in-stream tidal energy farm in the world, and it's pretty cool. It's also this region, Orkney, where we're heading, is home to the EMEC, European Marine Energy Centre, which is a globally significant research centre for marine energy research, and that includes tidal and wave energy.
EMEC was established in 2003 and we're the longest standing marine renewables test centre out there. We have tested more technologies here in Orkney than in anywhere else in the world, and I think we've had 30 different technologies here from 19 different companies. There are various other test centres for wave and for tidal technology across the world. For example, there's the Fundy Ocean Research Centre for Energy, FORCE, in Canada. And we've been working quite closely with them ever since they were developed. They used a lot of EMEC's learning and our operational procedures to set the site up itself. And now we're working on various different projects to see the learning that can come from the different test centres around the world. Tidal energy is probably further along in its development stage, in that a lot of the technologies are based around the wind turbines that are already being used for wind energy. For wave, we're looking at completely new types of technologies in terms of what are required to take electricity out of the sea. But the prize for wave energy is enormous. There's so much waves all across the world. 70% of the world is covered in ocean, and it would just be ridiculous not to try and harness that. The great thing about marine renewables is that they can work in tandem with the other renewables that are already further along their development pathway. With tidal energy, it is completely predictable, so we know what the tides are going to be like 200 years into the future, and we know how much power we can get out of those tides every day. Wave energy is the aftermath of wind. So while the wind blows and you're getting electricity from the wind, waves will come afterwards, and then we will get the wave energy coming through. So that's how it will work very well in with the energy mix. There's so much at stake if we don't develop marine renewables alongside all the other renewable resources that are there. It is going to be a key part of the energy mix going forward in the future to ensure that we have security of supply of energy, to ensure that we can combat climate change and reduce our emissions, and just as importantly, so that we can create a new industry and new jobs within a completely sustainable sector.